and welcome to another episode of the Common Man's Take on Sports with Kevin
and Quinton.
Today, I would like to start off and talk about the Indianapolis Colts mishandling of the Jonathan Taylor situation. So, all you guys probably know by now that Jonathan Taylor isn't re-signing with the Colts because they won't re-sign him for a decent amount of money. So basically what happened was they didn't pick up his fifth-year option. So he asked them if they could negotiate a contract, and they told him no. They would not negotiate a new contract with him. And so then he kind of asked for a trade, but not publicly. And so then the owner, Jim Irsay, said that denied the fact that Jonathan Taylor requested a trade. And then later on, when Jonathan Taylor came out and said yes, he did request a trade, then the Colts owner said, yeah, he requested a trade, but we're not trading him. And so then Jonathan Taylor started sitting out, and he had an ankle injury, so he was sitting out of the preseason games and the practices. And then finally the Colts said, well, we'll give you an opportunity to call other teams and find a trade. You have till August 29th. However, when he started talking to other teams for trades, even though the Colts said, hey, you're not worth the money that you want to ask for, they're literally asking for a first-round pick or a combination of picks equal to the first-round pick for Jonathan Taylor, which would be the equivalent of the contract he was asking for. So basically they're saying you're not worth that contract. However, if somebody wants to trade for you, you're worth it then. And then what they're doing is they're basically hampering his ability to get traded, because no team's going to want to give up the compensation the Colts want and then have to sign him to the type of contract that he wants to. That's too much to give up for one player. So the Colts have kind of backed him in a corner. And honestly, I think it's silly that they're doing this right now, because this young man definitely deserves a decent contract. His stats, he came into the league in 2020, and so he played 15 games. He didn't become the starter until a few games in, so he started 13 of those 15. He had 232 carries, 1,169 yards, and 11 touchdowns. He had another 36 receptions for 299 yards. So that was good for 268 touches that season, his first season, and 1,468 yards from scrimmage. And so in 2021, his all-pro season, yeah, you heard me, all-pro season, he was named a first-team All-Pro. He was named to the Pro Bowl. He finished, I think, second in Offensive Player of the Year voting. He had played all 17 games and started all 17 games in 21. He had 332 carries for 1,811 yards, which was good for the league lead. He led the league in rushing, and he had 18 touchdowns, which also led the league, 18 rushing touchdowns. And then he got another 40 receptions for 360 yards. So that was good for 372 touches. Now, that gave him 2,171 yards from scrimmage. However, what's important here is the 372 touches. That season, the league leader in touches was Najee Harris, who had 381, 381 touches. And Jonathan Taylor had 372. So he literally had 9 less touches than the league leader, Najee Harris. And you're going to tell me that he's not worth it, re-signing to a decent contract, all because last year in 2022 he got hurt and missed 6 games, so he played 11 games and he's in those 11 games. He still had 192 carries for 861 yards. He had 4 touchdowns. He had 28 receptions for 143 yards, which was good for 220 touches last year and 1,004 yards. So this guy had 268 touches his rookie year, 372 touches his second year, and 220 touches his third year. He had 1,468 yards from scrimmage his first year, 2,171 yards his second year, and 1,004 yards from scrimmage his third year. And you're telling me this kid isn't worth what he was asking for his contract? Like, that's literally a star workhorse running back. That's what you call a bell cow. But not even just that. He obviously catches the ball out of the backfield too, and he's obviously pretty decent at it. So he has 33 touchdowns in his first 33 rushing touchdowns in his first 3 years in the league. And you're telling me he had 3,841 rushing yards, and you're telling me that the Colts think that he's not worth re-signing. 860 touches his first 3 years. He averaged 5 yards a carry as a rookie, 5.5 his second year, and 4.5 last year. How is he not worth re-signing? I just don't understand the Colts' logic here. What do you think, Quentin? What do you think? You think the Colts are mishandling this?
Yes, they are mishandling this. It's just like the Saquon Barkley situation. It's just like that situation, but this one.
So here's the difference between the Saquon Barkley situation and Jonathan Taylor situation. The Colts refused to negotiate with him. They just basically told him no, and that was the end of the conversation. At least the Giants negotiated with Saquon Barkley, and then they ended up coming to an agreement, and Saquon Barkley signed. The Colts aren't even doing that. Like, they're literally just letting him go. They're not even trying to negotiate. Like, why? Why wouldn't you negotiate with this guy? He's obviously a solid running back, a bell cow.
Yeah,
I mean, he had one year where he got injured. He's still 28 years. No, not 20 years old. He's still 23 years old. So he's young. The chances of him recovering from that ankle injury are pretty good because it's probably minor.
Yes. Let's see. They're overlooking this guy. He has 3.
But it's not that they're overlooking him; just don't want to pay him.
Yeah.
And that's insane to me because I don't know how many touches Saquon Barkley had. Let me look it up real quick. Go ahead. Say. What do you think was going on? What do you think the Colts should do with Jonathan Taylor?
I think the Colts should trade him for a good bargain. I think trading would be the best situation here for how Jonathan Taylor is feeling.
Well, the problem is they're asking for a king's ransom in return, and the way that they're hindering him is that he doesn't have a contract right now. All he has is this season. That's it. He has no contract after this year. So not only does the team who's trading for him have to give up the draft capital to get him, but then they're going to have to sign him to a huge contract, which means they're giving up double the value for him. Nobody wants to do that. No team in their right mind wants to give up double value for a player. That's just ridiculous.
It is true. But I think how this all started was when Frank Reich left. This is how everything started. When they got the new coach, this is how everything started. If he stayed, Taylor would be fine. But I feel like the best situation here would either be releasing him next year or trading him. This would be the best situation for them here. But I really think that'd be the best situation for them. It's either the trade or just release them. I think those are the two options that they have.
Well, they're trading him, but they're asking too much for him.
I know. Yeah.
So he's literally going to play out his contract, his last year there, and then he's going to walk away. And they're not only are they messing him up, but they're going to screw themselves because they're going to franchise tag him more than likely, but he still doesn't have to sign that. He could, if he wanted to, he could sit out and then walk away from him. But I don't know. I think they're mishandling this whole situation.
I know. All right.
Just to give you a little perspective, Saquon Barkley came in the league in 2018, and he's played 2 more years than Jonathan Taylor and has 29 touchdowns. And Jonathan Taylor has 33. And after 3 years, Saquon Barkley had He had 646 touches. And Jonathan Taylor already has 860 in 3 years. And you're telling me that man doesn't deserve to get paid? Hey, I'll tell you what, Colts, why don't you just cut him? Let him go play for his old coach in Carolina, Frank Reich, because as a Panthers fan, I'll take him. Go on and let him just, slide on over there to Carolina. They'll pay him. They value running backs over there in Carolina. Let the Panthers pay him.
Well, the problem is for me on that is that'd be for no reason because they already have Miles Sanders.
Jonathan Taylor's way better than Miles Sanders, hands down. That would be a huge upgrade over Miles Sanders was a decent signing for them, but getting Jonathan Taylor would be a huge upgrade over Miles Sanders. Sorry, but we disagree there. Matter of fact, heck, I might even offer Miles Sanders with maybe a 3rd rounder and a couple others picks and see if they'll let me take Jonathan Taylor off their hands, and then I'll pay him what he wants if I'm Carolina.
No.
Offer a player or two and a couple draft picks and then pay the man. Come on, Carolina, if you're listening, go make an offer for Jonathan Taylor.
No, I don't. They got all that they need. They have wasted too much money from
I'm pretty sure
trading Christian McCaffrey.
I'm pretty sure that somehow they managed to offload some money and they're actually no longer in salary cap purgatory. I think they have I think they're like $20 million under the salary cap now. So they have some room currently.
Jonathan Taylor would be a huge upgrade, but I just think that's a little too much for them. That's just too much for them.
Are you kidding me? Pairing him with Bryce Young? Could you imagine that?
Well,
with their new rookie quarterback, Bryce Young.
Y'all wouldn't get any. Y'all wouldn't get many.
So
he wouldn't get.
So now Bryce Young doesn't have to shoulder all the responsibility on himself. Man, he can hand that ball off to Jonathan Taylor.
No, he can just hand
it off. Then when they stack that box, that gives Bryce Young all the time to throw to open receiver.
You do put up a good argument, but Young already has all he needs. He has stacked wide receivers. He has DJ Chark, Jonathan Mingo,
You're a lot more optimistic than I am about Carolina's team. I'm pretty sure that they'll be lucky to get more than 5 wins again this year.
No.
We'll see.
No. 8 or 9 wins would probably be good for them.
Oh my gosh.
8 or 9 wins.
I hope that would be good, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I don't think Carolina did enough to surround Bryce Young yet to make him set him up for success. I think they're still a year or two away from setting that kid up for success, and I really hope that Panthers fans give Bryce Young a break this year because I don't think he's set up for success yet in Carolina. It's Frank Reich's first year. He's starting from the bottom, full rebuild because obviously the Matt Rule just couldn't get it done, and he left Frank Reich with nothing. So I don't have high expectations for Carolina this year because I feel like they're still in rebuild mode. We'll see what happens. If they get 8 wins, I'll be happy. That'd be great because that's an improved. Well, they had 7 wins last year, I think, but
yeah, they were
still the first couple of years of Matt Rule's tenure, they had 5 wins each year. So
yeah,
that would still show improvement though. But they need 9 or 10 wins. But all right, so let's talk about something that happened today.
Trey Lance got traded to the Cowboys.
Yeah, that caught me off guard.
Yeah,
when they traded him, I was thinking, wow, interesting. So,
yes,
is this signal that Dak Prescott is on the hot seat?
Oh yes, and this is yes. Dak Prescott's on the hot seat. No matter what, he is getting traded. He is getting traded.
Well, I would have to let me look up his contract. I think he only has 2 years left on it.
Yeah, they cut Amari Cooper just to get him a max contract. They traded for Trey Lance, so this is good. And now you just gotta trade Dak Prescott, and then everything will be fine. Dallas.
I don't think they're trading Dak Prescott, but
Dallas, if you're listening to this right now, I just want to say you have to trade Dak for someone better.
He signed through 2026, so he has 4 years left on his contract. But if they feel like he's not going to get it done, they could possibly trade him somewhere else if they lose faith in him.
Yes, they have already lost faith.
I was just curious because let me check their roster here. I thought that they had a backup already.
Cooper Rush?
Yeah.
Well, he's okay. I mean, he's okay. But I think Trey Lance should be the starter there. He should. They should give him a chance week 1. Give Dak a chance in week 2, and see which one's better. They should give Trey a chance because Trey Lance hasn't been playing since his What injury did he get again? I forgot. I think he get since his injury.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a chance to get this chance to finally get a divisional win and be in the talk. Probably tomorrow, lots of sports channels will be talking about this.
I think they were today. Trey, I do think that Trey Lance needed a change of scenery. I don't think whatever was going on in San Francisco, I don't think it was working for him. I don't know if it was maybe just the offense wasn't made for him or what was going on, but I do think that he does need a change of scenery and a second chance somewhere else, and I think the Dallas Cowboys is an opportunity for him to get that second chance and maybe make something of it. Even if, he's just a backup in Dallas, say he gets some spot duty here and there and looks good in the spot duty, he could always sign somewhere else when his contract's up in Dallas, right? And maybe get a starting job somewhere else, or
yeah, he should get a starting job at Dallas. Dallas.
Yeah, he's not going to get a starting job over Dak Prescott. Have you
Dak-
seen what they're
Dak-
paying that guy? They're not going to sit him on the bench making $40 million a year.
Well, they have to. That's the only way.
Yeah, he ain't sitting on the bench making 40 grand a year. That ain't happening.
At least let him play. At least let him play at least maybe 10 games or 9. But other than that,
let me check that here real quick.
I don't think he's ever.
Yeah, so this year, Dak Prescott's going to make $26 million. Next year, he's going to make $59 million, and in 2025, he's going to make $36 million.
So
and you think they're going to sit him on the bench while he's making that money? Yeah, probably not happening.
And how many? Let me see. So
26, 59, and 36.
26, 59, 36. So that means 30, 62, and then we add 36. So that means he'll make $98 million in total at the end of his contract.
Well, I think there's some bonuses and stuff worked in there too.
Yes.
Make that payment a little bit higher, but yeah.
You probably get $100 million, more than $100 million at the end of his contract.
So, so just a quick question for you while we still have a few minutes here. So, real quick, who do you think is who do you think the top quarterbacks are going to be in the league this year? Actually, who do you think the top quarterbacks are in the NFL right now? Give me your list 1 to 10.
All right. Number 1. Okay, this is a hard decision because there's lots of quarterbacks out there. Probably
make it quick. The clock's ticking. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Who's your top 10?
Probably number 1, Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
My number 2 would be Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, okay.
And my number 3, now this is what most people would not say, but I think is Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Number 4, Joe Burrow.
Okay.
And 5, Allen.
Josh Allen, okay. Yep. Keep going.
My number 6, Brock Purdy.
Ooh, interesting. Keep going.
My number 7 would have to be, let me think. How about, this is going to be surprising, but how about number 7 or 8? No, number 7.
You're on 7 there.
Yeah, 7, Bryce Young. I feel like.
Okay, go ahead. He hasn't even played a snap yet, but I'll give you that. Go ahead. I'm a Panthers fan, so I'll take it. I hope that prediction pans out. And he is the 7th best quarterback in the league. Go ahead. Keep rolling. Who's number 8?
For me, number 8 would have to be, let me think. Kenny Pickett.
Okay.
And my number 9, Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
And then my 10th QB in the league would be, how about Aaron Rodgers?
Boy, you were lost after 5, weren't you?
Nah.
All right, so you ready for mine?
Yeah, okay.
You ready? You sure you're ready?
Yes, I'm sure I'm ready.
All right, number 1, I'm not arguing with you. Patrick Mahomes, hands down. He's definitely number 1. Number 2, I'm going to go with Joe Burrow.
Are you serious?
My man Joe Money.
Burrow.
Number 3. Oh, go ahead. What are you going to say about that? Joe Burrow, number 2?
What? Why would Joe Burrow be number 2?
Money Joe?
At least put him at number 3 or number 4. At least put him at 3 or 4.
This is my top 10. Joe Burrow, number 2. Number 3, I would go with Josh Allen. Number 4, I like Lamar Jackson. Number 5, I would throw Justin Herbert in there. I like him. I think that
Justin Herbert. Oh, I forgot about it.
I think given a little bit of improvement for the offensive line and a few other things on that team, I think he's a solid quarterback. Number 6 for me would be Trevor Lawrence.
I forgot about Trevor.
Number 7, I'm gonna go with. I like the way Geno Smith played last year.
Oh, no.
I think he improved his stock a lot in Seattle. I think he'll be able to replicate that this year. So I'm going to go Geno Smith. Number 8, I would throw... well, that's a hard one now. Now you're starting to get to you're splitting hairs here with who you think's good and who you think's not. Number 8. I'm going to go...
I swear. You.
What?
I swear.
My list is better than yours.
No, it's not. Joe Burrow, number 2.
Big Money Joe. Number 8. Who would I list as number 8?
I swear, if you don't put Joe...
I'll throw... I know I'm probably forgetting somebody here, but I'm going to put Tua up there. I think when he's healthy, he's as good as anybody else. And he's got a lot of weapons down there in Miami. So I'm going to throw Tua up there. I think he's good when he's healthy. His problem is he just has to stay healthy. Number 9. Who would I make number 9? Let's go with... I'm going to go Derek Carr. I think he's really going to shine in New Orleans this year, too. I'm going to go Derek Carr.
Alright, no, number 10.
Number 10. Who would I make number 10? Well, I'm going to go with Deshaun Watson. I'll take him as my number 10. I think he's going to have a bounce back year this year playing a full season. So I'll go Deshaun Watson. That'll be my 10. That's my top 10 right there.
I think you lost. You didn't even put Jalen Hurts in there.
Oh, shoot. I forgot about Jalen Hurts. You're right. Dang, I knew I was forgetting somebody. You know what? Shift everybody down one and throw Jalen Hurts in at number 5. Number 5. I would still put Lamar Jackson, Big Money Joe, Josh Allen, and
Geno.
No, not Geno Smith. Ha! No, Patrick Mahomes. I would put all those guys over Jalen Hurts, but I do think Jalen Hurts is a top 5 quarterback, so I'll go number 5.
Jalen Hurts should be number 2.
I'll give him number 5.
He made it to a Super Bowl, and he was a backup quarterback. He got transferred like 4 times.
Yeah, he did go to the Super Bowl. They also had a very devastating, very good defense, but he did go to the Super Bowl. But
Lost.
And he's good, but I still like my man in Buffalo. I still like Lamar Jackson. I still think that if the Ravens stay healthy, Lamar's a different animal than everybody else, and he presents a whole new list of problems than most quarterbacks don't. So I still like Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson over Jalen Hurts. I'm not gonna. That's my top 10. I like those those guys I still would put over Jalen Hurts. That's just my personal opinion. Doesn't make me right or wrong. But that's how I would list them.
Okay.
And everybody else shifts down one. I can't believe I forgot about Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
You're right though. He's definitely my number 5.
I really cannot believe either. Really. Okay.
I mean, you put Bryce Young at number 7.
I mean, so.
I mean, come on.
He's,
really?
You're
beating
working.
me.
He's gonna work.
He's gonna work his
way.
Smith.
He's gonna work his way.
You're beating me up about Geno Smith.
Geno Smith.
And you put Bryce Young, a man who's never took a snap in the NFL before, at number 7.
He's working his way.
Come on, man.
He is working his way.
Come on, man.
He's working his way through. He is working his way through. He is working his way through. Even though
I don't think that Rodgers is a top 10 quarterback anymore.
No.
He may prove me wrong this year,
He is going to prove you wrong.
but I don't think he's top 10 quarterback anymore.
No, he's going to prove you wrong. He is going to prove you wrong. He's definitely going to prove you wrong.
Mr. I drink drug tea. All right. That is the end of our episode for today. I'm sorry that you guys had to hear Quentin and his wrong picks for the top 10 quarterbacks in the league.
Oh my gosh.
We hope you enjoyed the show.
I picked better.
We hope you continue to listen. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and like our show. Thank you. And we hope you come back and listen again.